This is the best fat-burning breakfast that I know of, and I'm going to show you how to make it. Here's the finished dish that we're going to be making today. This is what it looks like. We're going to need about half of this avocado for our recipe today, so just cut it down the center, remove the pit. So I'm just going to set that over medium heat. The beautiful thing about berries is they really don't require much preparation. You can just wash them and eat them as is. So I'm just going to grab my berries here, wash them off. We're going to take our plate. We're going to add the egg whites on top. Satisfied after you eat so that you do eat as much later in the day. Carbohydrates are one of the 3 macronutrients that we need to consume every day. But they're also one of the 3 macronutrients that we can easily overeat. And if we overeat carbs, especially the wrong kind of carbs, then we can gain weight and become fat. This is important because in order to burn fat, we need to create a calorie deficit. It's very high in protein, very high in fiber, very low in carbohydrates, and very high in healthy fats. It's also very low in calories, which is important for creating a calorie deficit. If you enjoyed this recipe, please like, comment, and share with your friends. I'll see you guys next time. A calorie deficit means that we're burning more calories than we're consuming. If we want to burn more fat, then we should try to eat foods that are lower in calories. This doesn't mean that we should starve ourselves. It just means that we should choose foods that are naturally lower in calories, like fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables are very low in calories, but they're also very high in nutrients, which is why it's important to eat plenty of them every day. But they can fill up our stomachs without filling us up, which is what we want. It's what we want to feel full and satisfied after we eat, so that we do and eat as much later in the day. So if we want to burn more fat, then it's important to monitor our carbohydrate intake. And one way that we can do that is by choosing a low-carb bread. I'm using a seeded whole grain bread because it's higher in fiber and lower in carbs than white bread. You can even find breads that are lower in carbs than that. For example, you can buy wraps, which are typically lower in carbs than bread. Or you can make a breakfast pizza with cauliflower crust, which is very low in carbs and high in fiber. Fiber is also important for helping you maintain healthy blood sugar levels, which is also going to help you burn more fat. Studies have shown that people who eat high-fiber diets tend to be less likely to develop obesity-related diseases such as type 2 diabetes. So, if we want to burn more fat throughout the day, then we should try to eat foods that are higher in fiber. And one way that we can do that is by having whole grain toast as part of our breakfast. We want to add just enough so that it covers the entire thing. You don't want it to be too much. You don't want it to be too little. Healthy fats like avocados are important for providing energy and helping us feel full and satisfied. Studies have shown that people who eat a diet that's rich in monosaturated fats like avocados, those healthy fats, tend to have lower levels of belly fat. Belly fat is especially dangerous for our health because it produces hormones that can disrupt our hunger and fullness signals. So if we want to burn more fat, then it's important to eat healthy fats. Add a few more berries on top, and then we can garnish with some fresh mint leaves if we want. And that looks beautiful. And then while they're washing, let's go ahead and put our toast under the broiler oven. You just want to lightly toast this. You don't want to burn it. So just going to put it in there for about a minute, and we'll keep an eye on it. Now that our toast is nice and lightly toasted, we can set that to the side. Once that pan starts getting hot, we're going to crack our eggs directly into the pan. And we're going to take our lemon, cut it in half, and squeeze a little bit of lemon juice onto the berries. This is going to bring out their natural sweetness. I'm also going to take a little bit of stevia berry flavored stevia, but you can just use regular stevia, or you can use some monk fruit if you do like to. And we're going to mix it around. They look delicious, and we can pour them on top of our avocado toast. I'm just going to use a spoon to add a little bit more on top, so it's nice and generous. Now we're going to scramble these egg whites until they're fully cooked through. You want to make sure that they fully cook through so that you don't have any runny egg whites. First of all, it's very high in protein. Protein is essential for building muscle mass and maintaining muscle mass. Maintaining muscle mass is crucial if you want to speed up your metabolism and burn more calories at rest. In fact, studies have shown that people who are leaner tend to have faster resting metabolisms than people who are more overweight. Why? Because the more muscle mass you have, the more metabolically active you are. Your body burns more calories just maintaining itself. So if we're trying to build muscle mass and increase our metabolism so that we burn more calories at rest, then eating a high-protein breakfast is going to be beneficial. I'm using egg whites for my protein source. Egg whites are low in calories but high in protein. If you eat the whole egg, you'll get cholesterol and you might get some other potential risks. So for most people, I recommend sticking with the egg whites. Once they're fully cooked through, you can turn the heat off and set them to the side. Now we're going to take our glass bowl. We add the egg whites, and we add a little bit of salt and pepper, and we're going to mix it around, just like that. They look great. Now we can add some chopped up spinach if we want, but today I'm not adding any, so we're just going to set these to the side. Scoop out about half of the avocado into a little bowl, and then set the other half aside for later if you'd like to use it. Now we're going to take our fork and we're going to mash this avocado until it's nice and smooth. Once it's nice and smooth, we're going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. You could add some cumin or cilantro if you'd like to, but I'm just adding a little bit of salt and pepper and mixing it around. Now take a piece of our whole grain toast, and spread the avocado evenly on top of it. And while it's toasting, let's go ahead and start on our egg whites. You can see we have a beautiful plate there. We've got scrambled egg whites, that's my protein. We've got some sliced avocado, which is full of healthy, monosaturated fats that are going to help your body burn more fat all day long. We've got some whole grain toast, super high in fiber, which also helps you feel full so you don't eat as much later in the day. And then lastly, we've got a beautiful bowl of mixed berries. I love using mixed berries because they're super sweet, super delicious, and high in antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that we want to do is grab our avocado. Now when it comes to cooking egg whites, I love to use my non-stick pan. It makes everything super easy. Now let's move on to our berries. And while it's toasting, let's go ahead and put our berries into our bowl. They look great right there. Now let's go ahead and plate it up. Now let me show you why this is one of the best fat-burning breakfasts that you can possibly eat. Second, this meal is also very high in fiber. Fiber is important for helping you feel full. Third, this meal is also very low in carbohydrates. Fourth, this meal is also very high in healthy fats. Finally, this meal is also very low in calories. So if you want to burn more fat, then try eating this delicious breakfast.